A very good morning to all the students of class 12th political science, and students, welcome back to the online classes here. And as you know, we were into the third chapter of your second book, that is part B, and the chapter name is planned development. But in the last video I had explained you why after chapter number 1 we are directly into chapter number 3, where I told you chapter number 2 has been merged with chapter number 5 of this particular book. So that topics of chapter number 2 we shall be doing when we will start our chapter number 5. So after chapter number 1 I had started chapter number 3. In this I told you two important topics have been added for you for this particular session, and the two important topics are National Development Council, which we had done in the last video properly in detail, all the functions, objectives, meaning, relevance, everything. And today I am going to do the next important topic which has been added this year to your syllabus is Niti Aayog. So in detail I will be doing this particular topic. You need to see it properly, you need to write the notes as well, and also some important topics of this chapter I shall be taking after this video. But these two new topics are very important from the point of view of your board exams, as this has been added this year only. So today I am starting this particular topic now, Niti Aayog, and chapter name has been changed, as I told you, planned development. Previously it was politics of planned development, now it's only planned development. Okay, now starting here. In Sanskrit, the word niti, in Hindi it's niti, means morality, behavior, guidance, etc. Such are the terms which are used for niti if I am talking about the Sanskrit language. Okay, but here we are not talking about Sanskrit. This is the genuine reason of the Sanskrit. Why is the meaning of niti in Sanskrit is morality, behavior, and guidance. But this is not important here. What we need to focus and keep in mind is the second point, which is but in the present context. We have to see the meaning of niti in the present context. It means policy, plan or policy. So niti, as we say when we play game in Hindi commentary, you must have seen niti banana. So what does that mean, niti banana? To plan something, to make some policy, to deliver some plan properly. So but in the present context is mean policy, and the niti stands for National Institution for Transforming India. This is it looks like a Hindi word niti, okay, but if we look into the full form of niti, its full form is National Institution for Transforming India. So you can say how important it is, national institution. And what is the work of this national institution? It will transform India in terms of economic, political, cultural, all the sectors, okay, which was much required, and I shall be reading here why. So from here I shall explain you why the need of such a I would say body, that is niti, was required, and from where this idea came into being. So after independence, as we know, we are going back to the history when we started a planning commission. After independence, a planning commission based on socialist model was formed for the planned development of India. Socialist model, as we know, we were influenced by USSR, which we have done already in the first book, and we know what this word socialist and communist means. Okay, so after independence, our leaders also introduced a planning commission, and this planning commission worked according to the socialist model, and the work and the functions of this planning commission was to for the planned development of India. As we know, if any country just gets the independence, its economy, its industries, its agriculture, everything has been crushed. So it has to start from the beginning, a fresh start, for which a proper planning is required. Same was the case with India. After independence, it needed a proper planning to develop in various sectors. So it started a particular commission. It established a commission, that was planning commission, whose works and objectives and functions were to make plans for the development of India. Okay, so this was the establishment of planning commission. But here we are not going to discuss what were the 5-year plans and all. Just now we are reading about Niti Aayog. But in the era of globalization, so now directly after 1947 or 1950, I can say, when planning commission came into existence, after that we are talking about the 21st century. I'm reading this complete sentence first, and then I shall explain you. But in the era of globalization, especially in the 21st century, it was becoming ineffective, irrelevant, particularly in the terms of coping with the pressing challenges of the development. Now, here we are talking about the ineffectiveness or irrelevance of planning commission. Now, in the era of globalization, let me remind you the definition and the meaning of globalization, as we have already done this chapter in the part A. Globalization, as I told you, is the process of integration of economy of one country with the economies of other countries. I told you this. It is all related to the integration of economies from one part of the world to the other, means countries. And this globalization, this process also involves free flow of trade, capital, ideas and culture. If we talk about the economies, and if these economies are directly integrated or connected to the trade, capital, ideas and culture which is exchanged between the countries. So this is called globalization, and this globalization is multidimensional. I would say it's a multidimensional concept in terms of political, economic and cultural consequences, which we have done earlier properly. And also I told you in 1990s there was a time period when India has opened their economy, okay, and we adopted LPG, that was liberalization, privatization and globalization. So that after 1990s, when we adopted LPG, that is liberalization, privatization and impact of globalization, we could see the impact of all these three in the society of our country. So it was said that in the era of globalization, especially in 21st century, although it started in 1990s, but especially it went to a great heights in the 21st century. So it was becoming, this planning commission became ineffective, irrelevant, particularly in terms of coping. It was unable to cope up with the challenges of development now. So as we know that in today's world, we say पुराना चीज़ है हम यूज़ नहीं करेंगे, which is out of fashion. If we talk about clothes, if we talk about gadgets, you talk about vehicles, okay, you talk about food habits which are older, you don't prefer to use the older things. If I tell you to wear the clothes or the clothes which were in fashion 10 years back or 15 years back, you will not wear them. You will say this is out of fashion, I will not use this type of clothes or this type of any gadgets. So same was the case with India, where we saw that now the planned development which we had decided for India, and that commission which came into establishment, that was planning commission, it was becoming ineffective and irrelevant with passing of time, because this was the era of globalization, liberalization and privatization, in which the concept of planning commission was not relevant enough. So it was important with the need of the time that changes were required, and so some changes were made, or we would say this planning commission was abolished, and in place of that we adopted a new body, and their name was Niti Aayog. I hope you must have understood what I'm trying to explain you here, that with passes of time there is always a change in situations, needs, demands and desire of the people. And at this time in the 21st century, it was a time of globalization, where we had so much of influence, or in terms of political influence, economic influence and cultural influence in our society. So it was required to follow and establish some new body for the development and planning of India as a nation. Okay, so moving to the next point here. Hence, during his independence, so after there was a process of globalization, now in his speech of the Independence Day on 15th August 2014, you have to remember 15th August, Independence Day 2014, Prime Minister Narendra Modi talked about the abolition of the Planning Commission. So very further, it was this, people are thinking of abolishing it from a long time, but finally in 2014 it was discussed and talked about abolition of Planning Commission in 2014 by our Prime Minister. So the decision was taken over it, and finally Niti Aayog was constituted. It was established and brought into function effect in place of Planning Commission on 1st January 1915. So we can say Niti Aayog was established or constituted into functioning on 1st January 2015. You have to remember this date, okay? With the objective, what were the objectives of Niti Aayog? With the objective of providing the necessary and technical advice. So here the required changes were, as in the Planning Commission, it was functioning properly. We cannot say that Planning Commission was not functioning properly, or it was not a good commission. It was functioning properly, but with the change of time it was not effective and its capacity was degrading. So it was necessary to opt for the new commission, and this was Niti Aayog. So it was providing necessary and technical advice to the union government. So now Niti Aayog, it was providing necessary and all the technical advice. Remember here, it used to give advice to union government, to central government, regarding policy making at the center and the state level. How the policies are to be made for the center and the state level. All those advices, or we can say it was an advisory body to the central government. So it was functioning as an advisory body to the union government. Although I shall be taking the composition of this Niti Aayog separately, I have made a diagram for you, but it's written here, it's important here. The Prime Minister of India is the ex-officio chairman, or we can say the chairman of Niti Aayog is the Prime Minister of our country, and he only appoints the vice chairperson of Niti Aayog. He himself is the chairman, and he only appoints vice chairperson of Niti Aayog. So this is to be remembered if it can come in the 1 marks question in the board exam also. The first vice chairperson of Niti Aayog, that is in 2015 when it was constituted, Niti Aayog. So very first vice chairperson was Arvind Pangadia. Okay, so you have to remember his name, Arvind Pangadia. He was the very first vice chairperson of Niti Aayog. And after him, I would say currently Dr. Rajiv Kumar is the current vice chairperson of Niti Aayog. So you have to remember two names. Rajiv Kumar, he is the current chairperson, and the first vice chairperson was Arvind Pangadia. Okay, so these two, remember the names, it can come for 1 marks. Now next important point is to harmonize the interests of national security, economic policy, and to prepare strategic and long-term framework of policy and program. Niti Aayog acted as a think tank of the union government. So they are saying, what was the functions of Niti Aayog? Niti Aayog was a think tank, or we can also say a brain, which we used to work for central government. So it was an advisory body. He used to think for the good plans, policies. So it would plan some good strategies to put them in order in a good pattern, so that there could be some good development at the state level as well as at the central level. So that is why it is saying that to harmonize the work, it was the work of the Niti Aayog to harmonize the interests of national security, how we should look after the national security, how we should take up our economic policies, which type of economic policies should be brought out in our country, and prepared strategic and long-term framework of policy. So all the work in terms of economic, political, social, all these issues and all these issues related policies were brought out by Niti Aayog, and that is why it was called the think tank. It is important term here, think tank of the union government. So it was like a think tank which was working for the union government for its planning and policies. There are some important characteristics of Niti Aayog now. By adopting a bottom-up approach, the Niti Aayog acts in the spirit of cooperative federalism, as it ensures equal participation all states in the country. So now it is saying Niti Aayog has a approach, and this approach is bottom-up approach. And this word you have already heard, federalism. Federalism means division of powers. Like we have the various powers and functions which a central government performs at the state level, at district level. So at every level we have divided some sort of power. So same was the work done by the Niti Aayog, where it gave importance and relevance to everyone. That is, whatever plans and policies Niti Aayog decided, it was not only decided by the Niti Aayog, but it was also discussed with the states and other relevant bodies. That is, it was not acting as a monopoly that okay, we have decided a plan and we will impose this plan to the states or at the center or at the district level. No, but it followed a bottom-up approach where it considered each and every member of its composition important, and they discussed at each and every plan, and everyone was given equal representation in this Niti Aayog. So that is why they are saying bottom up approach, from down to up. This was the approach of Niti Aayog. That is, they considered the people at the bottom, at the center level as well, then the plan was made finally and decided properly. Okay, so this was the approach of Niti Aayog. Whereas if I talk about the Planning Commission, which I told in the 21st century lost its relevance and importance and effectiveness because it followed a policy of top-down approach. Top-down approach means they started from the top, then we went downwards. They never thought to whom they are, for whom they are making those plans and policies. They did not consider their ideas or their opinions like that. Okay, so whatever plans were decided at the top by the Planning Commission, that was imposed on the people or the citizens of our country, maybe state or at district level. So this was a difference that this can come for the question also. Bottom up approach was of the Niti Aayog and top down approach was the approach of Planning Commission. So now here I am with the composition of Niti Aayog, which is an important part, you must know it. So it is very same to as we have done the composition of NDC, National Development Council also. So composition of Niti Aayog, chairperson is the Prime Minister, okay? And this Prime Minister, he nominates vice chairperson, as I told you, okay? And the next composition is chief executive officers, and these are also nominated by the PM. So PM is the head or the chairperson of this Niti Aayog. He appoints or he nominates vice chairperson, and he also nominates chief executive officers, okay? And under this, these are the three main officers, I would say, or the main officials. But under them, this is the structure of Niti Aayog, where there are various sectors, full-time members. There are some full-time members who are permanent. There are some part-time members who work for some certain period of time or for to bring out some particular plan policy of some particular field in which maximum 2 are relevant institution. That is, 2 members are, I would say, nominated or selected from a relevant institution. Relevant institution, if a plan or policy is being made for the industries or in the field of technology or in the field of agriculture, from that particular field or from that particular institution, 2 members will be a part of this part-time members of this part. Then there is a composition for ex officio members, in which there are 4 union ministries, a council of ministers also we can say. So 4 members are elected as ex officio members of this composition of Niti Aayog. Here there are councils also. Councils means states. All the states, all the CM, chief ministers of the states and also of the union territories. 2 union territories have the CM, and other union territories governors are present and the member of this council, that is governing council. So and this is the last one, special invitees, and these are the members who are nominated by the Prime Minister for a particular job, okay? And as I told you about the council, there are 2 types of councils: governing council, in which there are states, and there are also regional councils. So as we can, through this structure, you can try and understand that why we are calling this Niti Aayog has an approach. That approach is bottom up approach, where it is giving importance to each and every member of its composition to show their representation and opinion for a particular plan or policy. They can share their needs, desires, demands of particular states. All the CMs of the states can show their demands and desires of the people or the citizens of their state. So we can say that Niti Aayog did not impose any plans and policies on the people, but it was decided and planned properly by all these members, or we can say this is a composition of Niti Aayog, and all these played an important role for constituting important and effective plans for our country. So since we have done all the important topics of this particular I would say topic, that is Niti Aayog, we have been doing. So now the question arises, we have done our Planning Commission, we have done our NDC, that is National Development Council. Now we have read about Niti Aayog, about the compositions, functions, objectives. So now the question arises, how Niti Aayog is different from Planning Commission? Now we have to give difference, and this can be a direct question in a board exam as well as any home exams also. What is the difference between Planning Commission and Niti Aayog? So here I have shown you certain differences, and on the basis of this you can also write your answers. So I have divided this Niti Aayog, this is Planning Commission, and there are some important points from which we shall be on relevant to this we shall be showing the difference, like on the basis of planning, on the basis of financial power, state role or type of plan. On the basis of these four I will show you the difference between these two commissions. So if I'm talking about planning, Niti Aayog has a bottom-up approach, and I have already explained you what do we mean by bottom-up approach. And if I'm talking about the planning in terms in relevance to planning commission, they follow top-down approach. Okay, so they considered and gave their representation to each and every composition or member equally, and all the states were a part of this Niti Aayog, whereas planning commission followed a top-down approach. Okay, where the final plans decided by the planning commission were directly imposed over the states or the citizens. In terms of financial power, Niti Aayog acts as an advisory. This is an advisory, I would say. It gives advices to central governments or to the state governments for the proper plans and policies, where these financial matters and resources are controlled by Powers Finance Ministry for the Niti Aayog. But Planning Commission enjoyed financial power. Most of the work were done by the Planning Commission was that it enjoyed financial powers. It allocated the resource and economy and finance for a particular sector or set of plans. It was all decided by Planning Commission. If I talk about states' role, what is the role of the states in Niti Aayog? More significance role part of governing council. Okay. Here all the states have a very important role to play as they are called the governing council, and all the opinions, desires, demands of all the states are considered in the Niti Aayog. Whereas if I talk about planning commission, states were not given due respect or due consideration and representation in the planning commission, but whatever was decided by the planning commission, finally that plan was forwarded to National Development Council. So here a limited role or representation was given to the state, where they got the platform to share their problems and needs, but directly the states were not connected to planning commission. Okay, if I talk about the type of plan, it is more qualitative. When they plan this Niti Aayog, their plan is qualitative. They don't go for the qualities that we have to cover so many areas or so many people, but they want a good quality. That plan should be have a quality. It should be applicable to a fixed particular place where people require it. But in the sense, if I talking about planning commission here, it was all quantitative. Whatever planning was decided by the planning commission, it was given to the National Development Council, and finally it was imposed on the states and on the citizens. So it was quantitative. They did not see that which area or which part of the country required which type of planning, or it was relevant to have a certain plan in a particular area or not. So this was quantitative, I would say. So these are four type of the difference we can see and write for the Niti Aayog and Planning Commission. Now the next important question for you is, why Niti Aayog replaced Planning Commission? As we have already understood that in the 21st century, as it was the era of globalization and with the requirement of time, it was important to change our planning commission, and it was becoming ineffective and its capacity was degrading day by day, because this was the time period of globalization, liberalization and privatization. So we required a new body, that was Niti Aayog. But we should also see it in detail that why Niti Aayog replaced Planning Commission. What were the other reasons that Planning Commission was replaced by a new commission, that was Niti Aayog? The first one is, Niti Aayog will act more like a think tank or forum, say its supporter. Its supporters said that now Niti Aayog will act like a think tank, which I have already explained, a think tank for the central government. It contrasts with the Planning Commission. If we compare this Niti Aayog with Planning Commission was not an advisory body to central government for the delivering of proper plans and policies, but here Niti Aayog is like a think tank. Here Planning Commission, which imposed directly Planning Commission imposed 5-year plans and allocated resources. Whatever the plans were there for the next 5 years, accordingly they allocated the resources to hit set economic targets. So everything was decided in advance. There was no changes brought up with the change in demand and desires of the people. It was decided that okay, these 5-year plans, these are the areas we have to look up to, whether talking about agriculture or industrialization, or so accordingly we allocated the resources to set those economic targets. Okay, so it was, we can say, very static. It was not dynamic. Here Niti Aayog was dynamic. We saw the requirements, desires and time phase of the particular period, and accordingly the plans were executed. Next one is Niti Aayog will include leaders of India's 28 states. Now currently if you see, Jammu and Kashmir is no more a state. So I have written 28 states and there are 8 union territories now. So Niti Aayog, as we know, it includes all the leaders, CMs of these 28 states and also governors of the union territories. But it's full-time staff. But it has a full-time staff, as I showed you in the when I was doing a topic composition of the Niti Aayog. There is a full-time staff also, in which there are member, deputy chairman. This is chief executive officer and other experts. They are answerable. Whatever the plans have been decided, they are answerable directly to PM. So in Niti Aayog, these permanent or full-time staff, they are answerable. They have to answer directly to Prime Minister, and Prime Minister, who is the chairperson of Niti Aayog, okay, who will be a chairman. It is different from Planning Commission. This system is different from Planning Commission because what happened in Planning Commission? This Planning Commission planned, everything was planned for the next 5 years, and that report was submitted to National Development Council for the advice or for the approval of the next 5-year plan. So this was the difference between Niti Aayog and Planning Commission. Niti Aayog will invite greater involvement of states when all the states are given good representation, equal representation to share their problems, needs, demands, desires of their citizen. So they have greater involvement, while the Planning Commission took a top-bottom approach, which I have already explained to you, with a one-size-all plan. One-size-all plan means one plan, 5-year plan has been decided and it has been opposed on all the states. It did not see that what areas or which states had different problems, different needs, different demands, but a single plan was imposed on each and every state, every part of our country. So this was the approach of Planning Commission. This was a top-down approach in which a one-size-all plan. It means one plan was brought out for everyone, but in Niti Aayog this was not the case. Each and every state had its own importance, own problems, own requirements, and accordingly the different plans were planned and executed for the different states. Planning Commission role was formulated of broad policy and its capacity was more advisory. Niti Aayog shall have powers for resource allocation of states based on their respective needs. Whatever I told you, that's the same thing. Niti Aayog shall have powers for resource. It will also allocate resources, or allocation of resources will be done. Plans will be made for each state, but this Niti Aayog will look to the needs and demands of each states respectively, and accordingly these resources will be allocated to each state. It means there shall not be one size all plan for all the states. Different plans will be there for the different states, as requirements, needs and desires are different in every state. The states had little direct say in the policy planning. As we know, in the Planning Commission, the states has a very little role to play. But if I talk about the Niti Aayog, here the involvement of the states was indirectly through, involvement of states was indirect through National Development Council. As in the Planning Commission, I told you, there was a little platform for the states to share their problems, that was but in the National Development Council. Once the Planning Commission has shown their plan and they made their plan and forwarded to National Development Council, here the platform was there for the states. But in the Niti Aayog, there is a proper representation given to all the states. So this problem of indirect representation of the states or little representation of the states, this shall not be repeated in Niti Aayog. Okay, so these are the important topics we had covered today. I hope you must have understood it. You need to see the video twice or thrice so that you can understand this topic properly. Till then, thank you.